water. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another wedding Film School live. Wow, I said school, very weird. Today I am joined by the one and only Jason McCutcheon. Jay, what's up?
I thought you said it great. Personally,
skull.
I think it was,
but,
I think it was perfect. I really liked it. So, no, I'm doing. How you doing, bud? Good to see you today.
I'm back. I was gone last week. Happy to be back. And today, guys, we're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Yes,
we've got some films. You guys have been submitting for the last week or so. So we have them ready to go. We can dive into films if we need to. But we thought every now and then, me and Jay were like, I like doing films.
It's been a little crazy today.
Yeah, we're feeling a little crazy.
A little wild. Let's see how this goes.
So we're going to open it up to websites and pricing as well today. So we have done websites. We've done pricing in the past too. So you guys are welcome to submit that. And we're going to do today. So like I said, we have some stuff in the hopper ready to go, but we're going to do as much as we can from the live chat from,
we would love we'd love to just, I mean, I did put the link in there. Honestly, if you just send me something in chat.
Yeah, drop it in chat, drop it in a link or in the
if you're not comfortable putting
formal
your
submission, whatever you want. So yeah. But what's new with everybody? I'm trying to think.
I've been doing we're kind of working on season 3 right now for the podcast. And we've been banking episodes. We've done.
Oh boy.
I think we have like 14 episodes we're recording in the next.
I like it.
Yeah, so we got some cool ones. We got like Peyton and Frank coming on.
No voice left.
Yeah, well, a couple wedding planners. We've had some people from Lumix on. Actually, I'm gonna have Ray Roman on soon. So let me know if there's any Ray Roman stuff you guys want to talk to him about. Just a bunch of really cool people. Michael DeLuca, post your link, Michael. But yeah, we've been working on that material and trying to get it to be honest, we're in chat. This is like the family people, right, Bobby? So I can tell you, sometimes with the podcast, we don't really know what people are into. Like you don't really get a ton of analytics. I know most popular if we made a podcast like how to make millions of dollars or how to do whatever. So we're kind of just testing stuff. We're just trying to our typical approach, Bobby, is what do I find it interesting, which maybe is not the best approach, but
well, I don't think necessarily it's wrong. I don't think it's a bad approach. Let's put it that way. I think we want to speak on things obviously that we feel comfortable speaking on, that we feel knowledgeable on, but also that interests us.
Yep.
I don't know. You guys all know we're not making millions on Wedding Film School.
No.
Now.
No, not yet. Not yet. But honestly,
we want it to be entertaining for us too.
We do want to provide value. It's interesting, in the podcasting space for wedding creatives. It's there's a lot of photography. There's a few wedding filmmaking podcasts. And I think it's kind
we're the best. So.
I think we're awesome. I think we do a great job, but it is weirdly defined. Sure. There's no this is exactly what to do and this is what people want. So I think everybody's kind of figuring it out. So we're trying to figure it out and we're putting some time in. So
Michael DeLuca coming in with the high praise. Podcast is fire, honestly. Love listening to it just as a background thing when I'm going for a walk, doing light editing. Interesting topics, especially the retirement episode. Yeah, I think one of the things with the podcast specifically is we have to it's so weird to make a podcast where I know that we have a visual aspect, right? We show you and Jared, or if I'm in there, or if we have a guest or whatever on YouTube, but it's just, we're just sitting there. So to do a podcast about a visual subject of wedding filmmaking is kind of like an oxymoron in some ways, but that's kind of why we tackle those bigger topics there. If you want, I don't know,
when we started
videos for
back when the day when it was Wedding stuff. Pros, if you listen to the original episodes, it says Wedding Pros. It is the podcast, same thing. But when we started the show, we originally we're trying to make a show for industry people because we realized every show was for people starting out and teaching sales techniques and marketing. And we didn't necessarily we kind of fell into what we're doing now, and so now we're trying to like figure out the best way to go forward. But anyway, so we'd love to see submissions. Do we have anybody?
Michael DeLuca says to tear his website apart, I believe. Those are his words.
I told him to drop the link.
Destroy my website, actually. Michael, put a... I don't know if you submitted... You can either submit, or you can...
giant spreadsheet we have.
Or you can just drop it in chat. Either one. And while you guys are at it, help us out. Hit that like button. We would appreciate it.
Do you remember movies? Do you remember going to the movies, Bobby? Do you ever do?
Dude, I went to a movie like in I saw Avatar 2.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I really honestly I hate Avatar 1.
I don't really remember it. I'm not gonna lie.
I remember hating it.
I remember it, but Avatar 2, I don't know. Look, it's you want my personal professional opinion?
Yeah, let's do our most people on live stream seem to be reviewing movies, so
yeah. Professional opinion. Look, visually cool. That's about it for me. I don't know.
It's a movie.
It wasn't mine. Yeah, the story's fine. It's like, if you go into it saying, like, will I be entertained? Yeah, you'll probably be entertained.
Is this a movie that exists?
It's freaking long, man. It's like 3.5 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
my theory would be, like, it's a movie that exists, and I'm spending some time when I could be doing something else.
I'll be honest. I went with family.
Okay.
Like a holiday, Christmas time
One
tradition.
of those.
Yep.
Which I like.
My family picked it. I tag along, whatever.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna lie. I probably, if I hadn't gone for that, I probably wouldn't have seen it. And
nice.
I'd be okay with that.
Like, okay. Why don't we do
no intermission? If you go to the bathroom, you miss key plot points. But there's also big plot holes, so maybe you just miss a plot hole.
Or maybe you just wake yourself up. Like you're like, I got. It's either I sleep and miss 20 minutes of the movie, or I take a little walk.
Yeah. Michael DeLuca is saying the website definitely needs help. Excited to hear our feedback. Did you get it, Jay? In the
I don't see his submission.
Michael.
So just post your link to your website in chat, and we'll do. Do you want to do this film while we're waiting for Michael to figure his stuff out?
Come on, Michael.
So our film today is, I got one picked out. It's from Brandon Reynolds, and he says, this is a 2-day Sikh wedding that I filmed with a couple who shot, and it was A7S III Panasonic. He doesn't speak the language, so, that's a thing. I've been there, and so that's interesting.
What do you do, Jay? What's your template approach there? Like
dealing with
obviously every wedding's different, but
when it's not a language that I speak, So I will say, I don't find most of those moments to be particularly if you're doing certain Hindu weddings or East Asian weddings.
Yeah.
Typically those moments, they'll be we'll talk to the couple ahead of before time, and I've never worked with a couple who doesn't speak my language, but their family, and they'll be like, oh, this thing, you won't really understand it. But honestly, when we cut the multicam, I pretty much just, whoever's talking, cut to them.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Michael,
what we do.
Go ahead and submit it and just put some spaces in there or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's Michael DeLuca and then put a bunch of spaces and then say .com or something. I'm the same way, Jay. I find it interesting because I think it totally depends. When I'm thinking about a Sikh wedding or a Hindu wedding or something like that, I'm the same way. Nothing that's not in the language to me, in English at least, is, I don't want to say it's not important because obviously it's important, but I don't think it's driving a story forward. And usually it's not, again, not important, but it's not something that the couple cares about having huge representation audio-wise. Usually they wanted some visuals of that ceremony or something.
Well, typically you would have discussed it with them too. That's what we always do. I always am
But then I've had 2 weddings, Jay, where I've had pieces of the day in another language. I had one that was in, a bunch of speeches were in Russian, And I
Okay.
had one where the groom and half the guests, whatever, were from Paris or from France. And, all of his vows, some of her vows were in French. And so for that,
Yeah, we've had vows. We've got
had
translators
those,
for that.
translated. Yep. Yeah.
If the vows are there, that's all I'll say. If the vows are in another language, I get that translated. If it's other things, I actually will usually ask the couple, like, hey, we noticed this. Do you think that's something you would want in your film? And usually they're like, no. So anyway, that's my experience. Just know what you're getting into.
20 minutes into the live stream, let's do a film.
Let's do a film. Here we go. So this is Brandon's film.
First of all, I want to thank everybody for making this one of the most memorable experiences for a wedding for a very special couple. Mr. Green, we love you to death. Thank you for taking my son's hand and guiding him to this place. I know your mom was a little tearful this morning, and I did say to her, I know she's leaving your home, but she's coming to our beautiful home, full of love, and we're very, very, very close with all our family. You're going to find an extended family that's going to love you just as much as your own.
I've always said, okay, we have one son, but now we found a daughter. Welcome. I just remember the day that I brought him home from the hospital, and I looked at him, he was fast asleep, and I said, maybe one day when he grows up, we'll have a conversation and we'll play. But where did that time go? And now that he's grown up, he's past the college, past everything, he's met this lovely lady, a lovely family, and I couldn't be any happier.
The day Sangrin told us love of her life is you, we were thrilled. It was summer of 90 or 91. Both of you were playing in a study in Westport with McDonald's Happy Meal toys. I think the toys were called Transformers. One was purple and white, and one was green and white. It was like everything froze for a second. You must have noticed I remember every detail of this instant. You know when something is stored in mom's straw hard drive, it stays forever and can be retrieved very easily. On the day Vrinda proposed to you, it showed up on my personal desktop. It was like I had taken a video with the 90s smartphone. Now when I think about it, was this a sign from Vaiguru that this will transform into something else?
Sangrin, I've never seen you this happy. You couldn't have found a better life partner that will keep up with your zeal for adventure, indulge your sometimes wacky palate, and love you forever. Verinder, I'm so excited to have you as an older brother. You meld with our family so well. From the very beginning, it all just came so naturally.
Verinder, we know our Sangrin is in great hands. I know I can speak on behalf of our family when I say we are excited to transition to keep our Sangrin snacks to you.
Congrats. We can't wait for more PJ parties and memories together. We love you both.
All right, Bobby. So, if you don't know, you haven't seen our show before, what we do is we'd like to do round of kind of
we
what
rip
we liked.
people's films apart.
to little tiny
yeah,
pieces.
we do rounds of what we like and what we didn't like.
Yeah, a round of what we like, and then a round of maybe, oh, this is not the film, so.
No, stop. Nobody look.
Don't look at someone else's
Open
film.
your
Don't
eyes.
do it. I think it's his film. It's just not the.
So we're going to start off with things that we like, things that we thought the filmmaker did well. And then once we get through that, we're going to go on to things, and we'll each share things that we thought could be improved, areas where we thought, hey, for your next film, this is going to be the biggest impact. This was the biggest glaring issue for me, et cetera, et cetera. And, you guys in chat, we want to hear from you too. So we got, a bunch of people in chat. Definitely say, hey, I think this filmmaker did this really well, or hey, I really love this shot, or man, what was missing for me was XYZ. So, without further ado, Jay, what'd you like?
I mean, there's a lot of very nice looking shots that are just, like this is an awesome shot right here. Like I felt like Brandon was really trying to capture the grandeur, but also it was very personal too, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I felt like I'm not super familiar with Sikh weddings.
I've done a few.
Yeah, but as I've seen them, but like as a person who's not like immersed in the culture and familiar with everything, I felt like I got a sense of what it would be like to be at the wedding and what are their rituals and what kind of people are these, like even like who was the family, the closeness. I liked like bringing in like, oh, I know you were worried about this, but we're gonna take care of her. Like that's very much like their culture.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of it's very personal, and it was very it was big, but it was also down to earth. I like that.
Yeah. So I actually agree. I really liked it. Felt very personal, and this is again coming from my experience, which is that I'm gonna write something down because I just thought of it.
It's just like get milk.
Yeah.
Get milk at the grocery store.
Need dog food. No. So one of the things that I in my experience with the handful of Sikh weddings that I've been a part of, like the couples were awesome, families were awesome, but I've never left with this amount of like audio content. Like you said, it felt very personal and heartfelt, and you delivered this story that I really haven't had, I think, in my experiences. So I think that was really cool because it did make it very personal and down to earth, like you said. I also think there are definitely some nice shots in here. I liked some of the dancing stuff. I thought was cool. And just good coverage, stuff like that. I think the best way I would put this film, and we'll get into the things that we think can be improved, is like very, very solid and so close, in my opinion, to being like a very, very good film. Like it's like right on that edge. And I think
I think like when we talk about the ways we think it can be improved, I think we should look at like, I think the thing we're both going to probably say is there's some things in here that are distinctly not high end.
Yes.
Such as this shot, right?
Yep.
That should be extracted and not included or shot differently. Yeah. And then I also think there's some
lot of
energy issues.
Yep. I think ultimately what we'll find out as we dive into this in just a second will be it's like on the editing side and maybe a little bit on shooting too. But like, I think I do have a couple like shooting related tips in my opinion. But like, yeah, it's like I think you had the blocks to make something excellent. And I think you made something very solid that the couple likes, I'm sure, and is, good in your portfolio if you're going after more weddings like this. And like, it's not bad by any means. So,
Benjamin, by the way,
it's so close.
Sorry to interrupt.
Excellence.
Benjamin, submit on the link tagged at the top of chat, Benjamin, not in chat. Sorry. And I will change the chat settings to allow everything. We're getting extra risky on this Thursday afternoon. Yeah. But yeah, you guys can use chat and guys, for those who are just joining, before we dive into things that we think could be improved on this film, we have a couple films. They're ready to go. You guys have been submitting all week. So we have plenty to choose from, but we wanted to switch it up for our sake because we are selfish and we said we kind of want to do something that isn't films today. So
go ahead and submit, whether just in the chat you can do it, or you can click the link at the top of chat.
Yeah, the chat might not let you because it's a link, and I can't see how to change the settings. Well,
basically, all that to say, we are down to review your website as well as your pricing. So go ahead and send those our way as well. If you aren't seeing it in chat, and we haven't seen anybody's yet in chat, so we're thinking chat is blocking them. Go ahead, just use the link at the top, and then just submit your website. Or
Great.
Your pricing guide.
So let's go through some things that we think that Brendan can do to level up, because this is a really good shooter, and I think he's got the kind of like luxury grandeur.
All the building blocks are there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yes. So I think first of all, you're going to want to try to take these common moments that are maybe less flattering and either not include them or try to find a way to shoot them in a way that elevates them a little more. I really think I saw a couple in there, like this shot of that drone shot right here.
Yeah.
Like, to me, this drone shot is just like not a shot.
I don't think this venue would have called for a drone, really. It looks, and that's not your fault at all. This looks like a complicated venue to shoot.
You know what I find? This is what I'll say to people. When you shoot, when it goes, oh, well, the couple has drone, I have to include it. Shoot a wide shot of the town. Shoot something like that establishes the location. Don't shoot the venue.
The amount of times, so, for reference, I'm based in Minneapolis. I have so many weddings that are Minneapolis or St. Paul at some venue, and it is very rare that the venue itself is something that looks good on the drone. But what does look good on the drone is a shot of the skyline of Minneapolis. And I'll go out like look, if I got time on the wedding day, I'll go shoot it. Usually 3-4 days a year, I'll go out randomly if I'm downtown, whatever. I'll shoot a bunch of new drone skyline stuff, and then I'll use that for multiple weddings throughout the year.
Yeah. Just trying to think through, like, in general, like, I think including anything that doesn't elevate the film should not be on the list. Like, you should remove it.
Agreed.
I think the other thing is, like, this sequence right here, I think is a big missed opportunity.
What's up, Alex?
I was really excited about, like, I don't love that drone or that gimbal shot right there. There's an end of the like little flutter. But I like the concept, and I like the beginning of this sequence, but then I think once he cuts over to the dance floor, I'm just wanting to, like, all right, we saw a dance floor, like, move on. Like, it just was like, now we're on the dance floor. And we just stayed there. And it was like, it was almost like it kind of just gave up the beginning sequence. And it looks beautiful. Like, but I would say, like, I personally didn't want to see that much of the same scene. I could tell it was the same dance. It was the same section. It just didn't bring the drama that I was wanting. And then the last thing I was going to say, overexposed shots throughout. That shot's overexposed. There's a fair amount, I think, that I noticed that are a little bit overexposed. And then finally, and I think this is like the biggest one, and it's kind of a composite issue of multiple things. Too much slow-mo. It never, but I think more than anything, poor pacing, low energy. Like, I was like, like I remember thinking, I'm like, where's that shot? There's a shot where he shows this drum. This is
I know what you're talking about.
The worst.
You'll never find it.
Anyway, there's a shot where he shows this drum and all this dance floor footage, and I was really wanting it to give me that, like, sense of joy that would come with that dance floor, maybe some people moving faster, and it just was like it just was dragging, so that's my feedback.
I think we're on the same page. So things that I wrote down here, first of all, and this is not like new film, turn it off. Okay, so I wrote down this, like, this line that you're towing, and between coverage and a, like, I'm gonna use the dumb word, I'm sorry everybody, cinematic film, because I don't know what else to say. And I think you need to lean into one or the other. I think the mix didn't work for me. Like a lot of that, like I found myself getting uninterested, let's say. It was during the ceremony and visually we were seeing a bunch of ceremony shots. Somebody was talking. There's lots of, dancing throughout, stuff like that, where it's like, I get it. It was part of their day, but be intentional with what you include. Because there were some awesome shots that were very clearly, intentionally, like you went in with a plan, you executed this great shot, but then there's a lot of just like coverage shots too. And I know that is what a wedding
that's kind
is,
of like, that's kind of what I was saying too earlier. It's like, there's like these distinctly low feel like this, like very,
it's like low effort kind of shots.
Yeah. Like there was these really high end shots and then these really kind of, it didn't feel cohesive.
And so I think you have a lot of shots like that, which is, it's not inherently a bad thing, but then you're using this like epic music throughout. You have this intro section that I always love an intro, but it like didn't work for me here because you're pairing it like this. I love that shot.
Really awesome.
I think it's really cool.
Good lighting too in the dance floor. So nice.
So it's like this weird in between. And I have a hard time with that. And then, so a couple other things a little smaller, because that's more like theoretical. One, you had a couple of shots of like table, like the decor on the tables without people in the reception room. And I hated the lighting on it. Bring a light, throw a light on that. It would be way better. I also think you could have, so for me, Jay, a lot of issues that I have with this, I think ultimately stems from, we'll say pacing. And I think really what it is music choice.
Well, music choice with lack of actual epic shots. Yeah. Like you got to be careful that you don't let your music lap your footage.
And I don't think this music is like, there's no way this edit.
Well, here it is. Listen.
This music.
It's like.
Oh, the end.
Oh no. Like when you're seeing, to me, when I see this, it's like
all slow-mo. Like that's not I don't like that. It's not my style. I don't think it works or fits for me.
I want to like
drum. We were talking about it.
Yeah, like I want it to be like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, like I think
give me some energy.
Even use this song at parts in the middle and then switch off of it. So like it's not an inherently bad song, and I don't want to say that. It's not that you couldn't have made this song work either for the whole thing or at points. I think it's specifically the way it was edited to the song or songs, whatever.
I would have also liked to seen
quite match up.
I didn't say this, Bobby, but I would have liked to seen more individual portrait work with each couple.
Yeah,
I would have liked to seen very stylized. I want some eye contact.
Well, especially because man, what like the groom is wearing and stuff. It's so
well, and he's like, he would probably be willing to like kind of stand there and take out his sword and like I would have wanted to see like her with her, I would have probably wanted to see the eyes through like just some more intentional portrait work. I know you can't always do that, and so I guess I would say like if it wouldn't work, it wouldn't work. But if you could have, I think it would have elevated this film.
Yeah. All right. I have one more thing to say, and you've heard me say it before. And this one, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Brandon, which you aren't in chat, I don't think. But and you don't say it, but to me, this felt like, Jay, and maybe I'm wrong. To me, this felt like you were on one lens most of the day. There were a few shots, especially with the couple, where I felt like there was a different, compression, different depth of field, etc. But a lot of this felt very similar to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I think I would have liked to see more variety in that. And I know you had a second shooter, and I know you didn't like your second shooter shot. So I wonder, what, or not that you didn't like them, but whatever, you could like tell they were different. And so I don't know what they were shooting on, but one of the things that I like doing, Jay, and you'll see this in the upcoming BTS, or you could see it in any of my BTSs probably. For the most part, my second shooter is on a 70-200 the entire day. Like he is just there to get me compressed, beautiful cutaway shots, and I'll handle the rest.
I've noticed so many times people with second shooters, they like literally just let them do whatever they want. I don't.
Well, you can't, I don't think, because if you're like, hey, I'm going to shoot my style and you shoot your style, and you just end up with a boatload of shots shot on a 35 millimeter, like Where's the variety there?
Well, and also like, what about in the edit? Like you don't want to deal with all that crap in the edit. Like
I'm so in a good way, I would say, and I think my second shoot. If I were second shooting, I would kind of appreciate. I want some directions. Like, what am I responsible for?
Yep. Okay.
So we do have, Jay, some submissions here. We had I can't find it. I think Alex said in chat that he had submitted. Do we have it?
I'm not seeing any.
David Diesta asking if we received his submission. We did receive it. It looked like he was interested in a website, maybe. Let me Alex check. Says I submitted my price brochure and website earlier today. Alex, I don't know if we got yours.
I'm trying to just see if I'm having a break in the form.
Form break. Yeah, Alex, I'm not seeing yours. So you should go ahead and submit again, Alex. I know we have reviewed your stuff before, though. Let me see if I can.
The last one I'm seeing is from 6:30. But what's Michael? Just post the name of your website because I want to do. Let's do Michael's while we're.
Yeah, he was first to.
Just post the name of your website. We'll just find it.
Hey guys, if you're in chat right now, again, we are doing live.
But just don't do the .com. Just write it, and we'll assume it's .com.
Yep. But we are also. DeLuca.film hitting us with the curveball. But we are also doing website reviews and pricing guide reviews or pricing structure or whatnot. So go ahead, fill out the form, which is pinned at the top of chat. Or you could do like Michael just did, hit us with a comment here, and it probably won't let you post a link, so you got to separate it out. And we'll go ahead and...
Here we go. So
sweet. Also, Grant, let us know if you're looking for a website or pricing.
Why don't we do both here? Because I'm always interested in...
Ooh, I'm going to just go to it on mine, too, because it's just easier for me.
So this is DeLuca.film, and I'm going to say, first and foremost, this is an excellent-looking homepage.
I agree.
I think, first, let's talk about what I like. Good image. I kind of maybe would want to see a moving background here in your slider, personally, but I also think it's a great image. So, it's not bad. Great logo too. Love this logo.
I really do too.
Always enjoyed it. I always feel like this kind of stuff, like, I know you have to do it. So I have a hard time like giving compliments or negative about just, actually I will say, like, you can go wrong with these. I'm not really sure if the slogans can be anything that I'm particularly interested in, but we'll say this from a marketing standpoint.
I think brides like that shit.
Well, they do. I think what you need to at least do is you can't communicate something that isn't your your brand tone. So it says these moments deserve to be captured. We're dedicated to delivering moments that deserve to be captured. I don't like that. I think you should tweak that.
I would take out that bottom line entirely. You're just saying the same thing twice. In my opinion.
And I think the first one's like, these moments deserve to be captured. It's a statement of value towards the couple.
Yeah.
The second one is about you, and I don't really care about that. So I would say delete that line. And also, you're saying the same thing twice. Literally delete it. I think
also
here...
important to note, it looks like DeLuca does photo and video.
Yep.
So like the moving background, for example, is maybe a little more video. So... et cetera, et cetera.
Excuse me.
I still like a moving background, but
yeah, I just think like it just catches your eye better. I look over here. Like when you're presenting who you are, Bobby, like what do you think is important about like this kind of about-ish kind of text? Like what to you is... I know, like...
I think it depends on your branding. Like, for me, my branding is very much me. I'm not... I mean, obviously, I'm a company, but I'm not pretending to be something bigger than I am.
I'm trying to remember how I did it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, wait, I don't want to say I do it this way, and then I didn't.
So I think we just... I think it comes down to, like, so I've talked to some PR people and different people in marketing, and they're always like, what are the things you want someone to know about you on your homepage right away? And My only beef with this section, it looks nice, right? But why would I read this? Like, it doesn't even say about. It just says DeLuca Films, and it says you're the top, and we're a small crew, and you know that's cool. But like, I wonder if you could say something like a statement of purpose, like, please read this for this reason, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's a little self-evident because you're all standing there, but that's just one thing. This is interesting to me that on their homepage they talk about a hybrid booking collection.
Yeah, so I'm reading in chat here. Michael says they just started offering photo. So I assume that's what the hybrid collection is photo and video. So for me, here's something that I don't like, Jay. I'm on the website. I'm on the homepage. For DeLuca Films, there is not a single film.
Well, that's why I thought this should be a moving background.
Yeah.
Because that's...
And even beyond it being a moving background, you should be able to watch a film, in my opinion, you should be able to watch a film without having to click through to a portfolio or something.
Yeah, there should be at least like a reel.
Yeah.
Like, I think probably a reel, to be honest. I think films by individual couples are a little limiting, I think, on your homepage. I know some people only have that, but I typically recommend most people.
That's what I'm dealing with right now, Jay.
I know.
I don't have like a...
You got to make it.
Reel.
But I will say this.
I just made my header video. Give me a break.
I will say these homepage videos are... This is my tip to you guys, because I do web design as well. You don't have to make the slider video an actual edited video. It doesn't even need music.
Oh, yeah.
It just has to be nice looking clips that loop for 30 seconds.
I literally went through my portfolio of films from this past year, and I just picked out my favorite, 2 to 4 shots per wedding or so. Ended up with, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 shots, edited down to under a minute, took a handful more out, etc. And it's just... So
I'm going to give you some marketing critique here. I don't like this. In that, like...
You know what I don't like about it? It doesn't represent. Like, if I don't know what a hybrid collection is...
That's what I mean.
What the hell is this? I don't know. It's all photos on here.
Well, no, it's industry speak, too.
Yeah.
It doesn't say... Like, when you're marketing a product, you have to speak brides and groom speak, not industry speak. So, I think that's one thing. So, let's look in the other pages. So, we got about...
Yeah.
Meet the team. Don't love that. Now, it might be... Let's see... where is this thing?
Looping videos can hurt SEO, but the payoff, in my opinion, is worth it.
I don't care about SEO.
It doesn't tank your SEO by any means.
I don't care about SEO. Like, who cares about that?
Care. You heard it here first.
It doesn't matter. Like, prove to me, like, that it matters. Someone show me that it matters. I don't care about SEO, and I make...
Also, like, it's a load time thing, isn't it? And so, like, get better hosting.
Get better hosting. And the other thing about it is...
That's not to you, Michael. That's just a general sense.
In general, if it's hurting your SEO, you don't have to prove it to me. And, like, all I care about is when a person hits my website, they see a perfect experience. My goal of my website is not to help you find my website. The goal of my website is when you do land on the website,
SEO doesn't take budget into consideration.
No, and also, like, what are the terms that you're going to spend? Say there's like an $8,000 filmmaker that's out there. Who's going to seriously go on Google and then drop $8K on a filmmaker?
Rare. It does happen.
Barely.
Rare.
I have 1,200 leads, dude. I'm telling you, like, I have 12 years of doing this.
I should look at my lead source. I'll bet I get... I don't even know.
It's
one a month.
I think I get 1% to 2% of my total leads off SEO.
Yeah, that would be my guess too.
So I don't care about it.
Sorry, SEO specifically, like Google finding my website. I get decent traction sometimes. I don't know, from YouTube, which would technically be SEO.
Yeah, that's SEO, sure, but that's a like links in.
Yeah, so it's different. Yeah.
Anyway, meet the team. Don't love this. You're going over 2 different blocks of content, and then this just looks. Trying to find the developer mode.
Buddy, if you want my opinion, you will not build a business from scratch in this industry based only on SEO. But he said we may not care about SEO because our business is already established.
No.
And to me, that implies that you think if you're not established, SEO is
no. I care. I'm saying that because I've managed $2 million marketing budgets for companies, and I know a lot about SEO. And SEO is a scam that is used to trick people into spending money on something that actually has very, very like you can't fail an SEO test. If you want, go get SEO Profiler or go invest in a tool, run it on your thing, fix the little things out there. But like at the end of the day, client like UX is more important than SEO. So if someone hits your site, the user experience of the person on your site is more important than a 2% bump in SEO. Like most people are not getting.
Things are slight give and take with SEO.
Yeah, and also it's all fixable now. Like get better hosting. Most people are not having an issue with not being like. Most people I see when someone hits their site, they're just like, I don't want to fill the form out. That's the first problem you have to fix, right? So anyway, meet the team. Don't like that. It's crossing over. I do like some of the fun things that they added on this page, though, on Meet the Team. And these are great photos, too. Like they're being silly. I like that. They say some funny stuff.
Personality.
I think this would be... Someone would see this, and I think they would be likely to book them. You know, they'd be like, oh, this is the type of people I'd want to work with. Let's look at investments. This is a very critical page on anyone's page. Investments, pricing, packages, however you want to form it. I have mixed feelings on calling it investment, by the way. Because I like, it does sound elevated, right? I like that.
Yep.
But I always feel like, do couples know what it means? What do you think about that, Bobby?
I don't know what it is on mine.
I mean, but
I don't think I have. I don't have a tab for it, and then I do have it somewhere. Oh no, I just took it off the other day. Took it off entirely, like literally yesterday. But with that said, you know, I don't mind investment. I think
just a word.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just like it's getting too picky to be like, should I use a different word? In my opinion, I don't know.
Every time I talk to like PR people or whatever, they always seem to think that's what did I put over here?
What would be the alternative? Pricing?
I did offerings.
Offerings? Ooh. Wow, how classy.
But
that's not really your pricing, though.
We don't offer pricing here.
Yeah. But I'm just like, it's kind of different. Like, I feel like investment makes sense if you're going to say a starting price. Man, here's what I think. Use investment if you're going to say a starting price. Use pricing if you're going to lay out your pricing structure.
I think that is true. I think it's like, what are the expectation that you're a person? Every website's like, what's the expectation of what the click is? They get the click.
Yeah.
And so investment is always like, to me, it's a thing that I would just keep an eye on it, I guess, guys. If you have something like this and you're not getting a lot of clicks on the page, this should be your number one click page. Homepage, then pricing or packages or whatever that page is that shows people, because it's the number one thing people want to look at is like, they've probably already been on your Instagram, right? They're not coming to your website to look at your work.
Yep.
Even though the work should be on there. They've already looked at your work. They've been referred here, whatever. They want to hit your page, and then they want to see how much you cost. And if people are never clicking, they might not know what it means, right? And so one way around that I've seen is on your homepage. If you have a section like right here, to me this should be, I know you're trying to promote your newest service, and so I can see that, but I think this would be better used as a like presentation of like, here's what we do, here's what we offer, see our collections or something like that, and it would take people to the investments page. I think that might be a better way to go, because I want to get somebody to immediately start looking at my packages and my pricing. That to me is really important. I don't know, what is that 5,000 HST to USD?
I think HST is the taxes.
So 5,000 Canadian?
Canadian, I believe, yeah.
So that's like what, like 4,500 US?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I will let you know.
Okay, so Yeah, so like if you're really trying to push the hybrid thing, you got to be consistent throughout the site.
3,700.
So it says a wedding film is not just a recap of your wedding day. You might want to consider either breaking them apart, or streamlining it, making sure you're including the language throughout for wedding photo and video. What is wedding videography? Why is it important? I don't really know if that's an important.
I'm always hesitant to like educate on my website. I feel like I feel like there's these distinct things that are like, what is the purpose of your website? To me, it is to get to the next step, which is talking with them.
Yeah, I look at this investments page.
And that's where I want to do a lot more of the educating.
I'm not a fan of this investments page. There's too much talking, not enough actual explanation of the product. Like, what am I getting? Like, what do I get here? You want me to call you? Like, I don't want to call you. I don't want to call you. I want to, like...
He doesn't want to call you.
No one does. No one wants to call you. Everyone wants to be able to go here and see if it's worth their time. And I think this is okay. Like, I definitely think this should be more readable. It's a little hard to read over. And it might, like, over the actual image. But I think at the end of the day, like, it is a nice looking page, Bobby. But I think the information on it, it's okay to have some fluff.
Anything. I think all of our concerns or whatever you want to call it with this, none of it is visual, like, except for that we want to see films. But, like, it looks very beautiful.
I would say don't include this photo page until you have photos. Get rid of it. Or hurry up and get some photos.
Make it private. Or get some freaking photos.
This, like... Because your homepage has the hybrid collection, right? So you're pushing it, and then you're not really ready for prime time yet. Films, obviously, this is great.
Galaxy Music, you submit at the link at the top of chat.
And then contact, this is the big one for me.
All these things, too much text for me, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, the average person, I've been consulted, like, you have things more for design purposes. So like you can have text when it's just trying to fill a space. Like right here, like we're just trying to communicate editorial language. We don't really actually care if you read it. We're just trying to fill the block.
Yeah.
And fill it in there. Like, but once you hit a page that I want you to do something on, inquire, this is it.
Yeah. I want you to just inquire, fill it out. Here is an interesting discussion, Jay. This is from Grant, who we might review. I know he submitted it as well. So all these masterclasses that talk about having all this stuff in writing, getting keywords, and at least 300 words per page on your site is baloney, ? I have a response to that.
Yeah, it's pretty much baloney.
Me to go first?
It's pretty much
Here's
baloney.
what I would say. I think it depends on how you're going to build your business. I do not think that from the ground up, you are going to SEO the shit out of your website and then just be flooded with inquiries. It doesn't work like that. Can you get inquiries from SEO? Yes. Is it good to rank #1 on Google? Yes. Could that change overnight? Also, yes. So, one, there's always the thing of don't build your brand on somebody else's platform. And I think obviously social media is way more of that, and your own website is your own website, but don't build it just, if you're building only based on SEO, that could always change. Second, I would say that most businesses, most good ways to get increased referrals is vendor relations, client relationships, whatever, stuff like that. And so it's like, look, every masterclass, you are the product. Sorry to break it to you. Like, I'm not saying that their information is worthless, but I am saying that, like,
you don't want to.
It doesn't take everything into account. Like, it's not like get great SEO for wedding filmmaking. Get great SEO and your business will flourish. If your website sucks, it doesn't matter if your SEO is good, first of all. And also, like, you probably aren't going to build just off of SEO. Like,
well, no, this is the real reason why it's a scam in our industry. If I'm selling you a lawnmower, right? Because I used to work with hardware stores and in retail. In retail, e-com, SEO is not a scam. SEO is a must because you are competing for a top pin placement. There's the shopping component. Like, in wedding filmmaking, there's the cost, like, basically, like, they sell ads on the cost per 1,000, right? Impressions and clicks.
Yeah.
And and essentially, like, you have to consider, like, okay, are people searching for this? And do I want the type of person who just randomly types in wedding videographer in Ontario or wedding videographer in St. Paul, click? That person is not going to drop $8,000 on a wedding film.
Yeah.
And if you're, the other thing to keep in mind is, like, I'm going to show you this. Let's do, what do you want to do? Wedding videographer where? Let's do Minnesota. I don't know. I can't spell Minnesota.
I probably won't.
Okay. So the first thing you need to keep in mind, guys, is see all these guys that are pumping money into this?
Yep.
They just beat you. Then these random people. Look, there you are.
Second. Woo, 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 woo.
So this is actually more important, guys. Google Places is more important than, and then you get down here, the not, like, you are not going to, like, it doesn't get organic until all the way down here, guys.
Yeah, you're like 10 links down at that point.
Like, so this is why I'm like, because this is like, who the heck is Precious Picks Pro? Like, they're probably just like a booking agency, right? Evian Photography and Video, $1,200 wedding bundles. Like,
that
this
sounds
is
like Tolman Media.
Well, yeah, like, listen, like if you're on SEO, this is the first thing someone sees right here is $12.99.
Already beat.
Do you want to honestly be competing in that environment? That's garbage. Like, you don't want to be there. Like, you just don't want to fail.
All that to say, I would say, look, I don't want to say SEO is nothing. I have booked brides who find me on Google over the years. You know, now I'm at this point in my career, but at one point I was at this point, right? And everybody starts somewhere, and SEO has a purpose. But I think people sell it as like the end all be all, and it's like, oh, well, don't have a video on your site because that will hurt your SEO. And it's like, what will that hurt my SEO? Half a fraction of a percent? Like, who cares at that? Like, that doesn't matter. So I'm not saying like have no text, don't go after anything, don't try anything, but I am saying like know where your leads come from, know where your leads that actually book come from.
Well, know what the search density is and what are people actually searching for. Like,
and if you have like, here's what I would say. If you want to focus on pumping all this tons and tons of words on every page and hitting all these SEO tags and, oh, you show up great, wonderful. But when a planner who likes you sends a client to your website and it's confusing and it takes them forever to find what they want and they don't understand the language because you pumped it with 300 words per page minimum, that is a more qualified lead and you have turned them away because of how you were structuring your website.
Well, and additionally, like, this is me right here.
This is him.
Right? And so this is where SEO is more important, guys, is YouTube, Vimeo. Tagging.
I was saying about a background video.
I'm aware. I'm just saying your homepage is like, assume they're already caught, right?
Yeah.
Assume that the person's already like figured you out at that point. Like, anyway, all that to say, I think most of the SEO industry is bump. And they
also, like, I've been the number one for, I don't know, wedding videography in Minnesota or something like that. And then I'll like randomly, like, I'll be like page 3. I like, man, SEO, it's a wild ride.
Nobody's searching for this stuff. Like, relative to like literally paper towels.
Yeah.
Like wedding filmmaking, it's not the way people are finding wedding filmmakers. I'm telling you guys, like, it's such a small part of the market that you should focus on a good website. This is a good website, by the way. We're kind of ripping a little bit. It's a good website.
I think we're ripping it because it's
it's really good. I do prefer this style, my style of presenting your films, over when you just have like so. What we decided to do was you click on the film, and so SEO. We're getting a little bit of SEO right here, telling a little bit of a story instead of just having the film play on the page. Oh, it doesn't do that. Yeah. So I would say I always encourage people, like, I like to click on the video and it go to a page, because then the page might get me a little bit of SEO help. And this is where SEO kind of does matter, right? If you have a very specific thing, Fairmont Copley Plaza New Year's Eve. If someone writes New Year's Eve wedding or Copley Plaza wedding, that is nice to have from time to time. Now, given I'll probably get way more traction from my YouTube link and way more traction from my Newport link, but I do like this because I could tell a little bit of a story and elevate the couple a little bit. So that's my other little thing. That's not a must-have, but I kind of prefer that, Bobby, just personally. This is nice, though. This is nice. You know, my only beef sometimes with these, Bobby, is like when you see something like this, like you might want to be able to tell a couple, like, I don't know if you have any popular venues in your area. I find having the same venue is important to couples. Like a lot of times they're looking to see who's worked their venue that they've been at before.
Oh yeah.
And
For
so
sure.
like if you can't tell that story,
Which frustrates me, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, it is frustrating, but you
I
want
hate
to talk
when they're like, "Oh, and have you shot at XYZ venue?" And I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Oh." And
Literally,
I can
you,
tell that
like
lost me a point. And I'm like, "Dude, I shoot like all over forever."
Well, they're all the same. How about that?
Yeah, exactly.
How about it's
They're
all
like, "No, do you need to do a venue walkthrough and check out the lighting?" I'm like, "No."
okay, it's great.
Figure it
It's
out.
a very good site. I think a couple, you got to figure out the fine tuning, the directional, like what do you want them to do with your homepage? The homepage, it doesn't do a great job directing anyone. I think this presentation down here is a little confusing. It is very nice looking though, so that's a big positive. And I'll say as a positive of the whole site, this site will build trust. It's not going to lose you a client. All it might not do is sell as easily as you want. It's not doing any work for you. That's what I would say. And I think a really, really good site will sell you, and it will pave the way for the conversation you want to have. And I think that's my thing in general. And no films on the homepage, not the best. That's your primary offering. That should be on there.
I agree.
So yeah, what do we got next, Bob?
Oh, let's see. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Do you want to do Grant's?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. His is, I think it's just FitzgeraldFilms.com.
Fitzgerald
Try
Films.
that. Jay, what's the Huxley wedding website?
Huxley.film.
Everybody with their .film websites. All right, it's not Fitzgerald. Hold on, I'll find it for you.
I just spelled it wrong.
Oh, it might be.
I'm just gonna do this, and then it will.
Hey,
Google will spell it for me.
Gonna boost your SEO.
Okay, so already don't like this top.
Oh wait, I gotta go there. Hold on.
Don't like the way this
Fitzgerald.
top menu is presented at all. It's got this weird gap. I wonder if it's like how it looks on phone or whatever. But
You know what I do like?
what?
I like that shot that's really dark and then it's like a nice warm light. Yeah, right there.
Yeah, that's really cool. I like a lot of I loves a lot of the shots he picked. I look at this and go,
Yeah.
like, this is, you know,
Dude, that priest is very happy for the couple. You're gonna see it in a second. I just saw it on my end. It's right there. Oh yeah, clap, 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 clap.
I think this is like this right here tells you these are the types of weddings I shoot. These are the types of couples I shoot. This is some of my unique style, right? So there's some like a lot of dramatic lighting that they like to do. This is down to earth. This is like a country kind of table. This is the emotion. It's kind of hitting on all the points very quickly. And I think that's great. Capturing lasting memories for you and your family. You know, this is a SEO thing. I mean, it is good, I think, to mention your region of service on your page.
He's there.
So that's good.
It's the second thing. Yeah.
So he has that. My mission. You know, that's fine. You know, I not my style, but
You know the one thing I don't like, just top of my head, Jay, is this. So coming from capturing lasting memories for you and your family down to through the Meet Your Wedding videographer, the only it's too plain for me. The only visual is a photo of Grant in his modeling phase, it would appear. And it's just too much black on white for me. Like, I want to see something visual in there.
I want to see probably not this on your homepage, but I don't know. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like get your personality out there all the time. And let me show you like
I do think, Jay, one of the differences there, and this is the difference between you and I too, is like I'm on my website.
Yep.
It's not that much information. It's not like a whole paragraph, I don't think. And but like it is kind of branding to some extent. Like I am my brand. Grant is his brand. Nobody else shows up to shoot my weddings. Nobody else shows up to shoot Grant's weddings.
So to me, like Katie Mary and people like her are the gold standard. And if you want to like learn how to brand yourself, look at these photographers, how they brand themselves. And like, so first you get this, like, I believe Peyton shot all this. So you get these beautiful films, right? Which is pure editorial, Yep. And then a statement of what they do: masterful photography and spectacular destinations. Quick, to the point. This is what we do. So the first statement should always be like, not necessarily this is what I do, but it's also this is what I do for who, right? This is what, like, I am a master. I do photos and destination work for rich people, right? And then adventure, purpose, and soul, right? So you, again, more pushing destination and pushing the values.
Here's
right?
something, though. A lot of that, Jay, in my opinion, is not so much your website, it's your branding.
It is your branding.
One and the same,
it is your branding.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
You have to actually have these things.
Yeah.
Like, but a website is a good opportunity to define it, right?
Oh, totally.
It's like when you're trying to say, like, okay, who am I trying to get?
A website begs you to figure these things out.
Like, okay, what does set me apart? Like, what do I want someone to know about me within the first scroll? Yeah. This is really short and big. Katie Mary draws on years of experience in the fashion and editorial photography industry. So what do you say about her? She's worked a long time. She worked in fashion and editorial, graceful, honest, boldly natural. Literally, the amount of information I just learned about this person in one little sentence, big, blah, blah, blah. And then some crap down here. They always do this stuff. Not everyone can do that, but I look at this and go like, okay, you say capturing lasting memories for you and your family. I look at that and go, okay, it's very family-oriented, personal. Okay, that's great. Yeah. Maybe that's who you're going for. My mission, I feel like you already said your mission. Right up here is your mission. Right?
Yeah.
You don't need to say that again. Say something else. So, like, give me another, like, start telling me who is this for?
Also, that button of find out more, it's like, what am I finding out more about? Your mission?
Yeah, find out more about your mission. I just look. So I think, like, I would like to maybe target my couple here, target my audience a little better instead of wasting it on this. I think this is fine. Right there, meet your, beautiful photo. Having some work on there, it's always positive.
Those eyes.
Right, always positive. He's
staring into my soul.
Beautiful man.
Let's
films are great.
We're gonna rate your about me pictures. People can submit.
Yeah. I like this. This is great. I like this a lot, actually. A little description. Yeah. It's nice. Tell people who'd click. About. Yeah, I like this. I would have wanted to see your picture on your about page, by the way.
True.
Like, it should say, like, who. Is it about your brand?
Him. Grant and his bride Lindsay.
Oh, that is
black and white photo.
Oh, I think I would have included
First
that.
Glance, I didn't. I know it says it, but I didn't see that it was you.
I think I would have shown your shot first, and then also included this picture somewhere else. Maybe like a stack, like. Yeah, but definitely like this is who I am, like right away. That's nice, but I like it. See, I like the language too. With our 71 under my belt, I have polished my craft as a storyteller. I'm always have mixed feelings on the like personal thing, but it's like I know you got to do it sometimes. So inquire. I don't like that your page does not have. Why do I think packages are so important and everyone else seems to not care about it?
You mean offerings?
Whatever it is. Well, no. I do offering here because I'm honestly just want you to go away, to be honest. Like, I'm not trying to sell anything on this website. But here, where I sell most of my stuff, we go like this.
Films. There they are.
These are what do you want to...
No, you don't have pricing. You just have, here's all the things you can get from us.
Yes.
Do you have a starting price on Stop Go Love?
No.
Interesting.
We used to. But I want to generate tons of leads. And so we do that.
Do you want to have the age-old conversation posed by Buddy G saying, do you think it's good to list your pricing or no?
Okay.
On your website.
I say it depends on if your pricing is a selling point. So right here, we do this, right? So we have nothing at all on Huxley Film. It's just like, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. This is my other brand, Merriman Film. Do you want this? We have it. Would you like to buy it?
And Merriman is your lowest tier, let's call it, right?
Yes.
Lowest tier brand.
Lowest.
And your pricing is on there because your selling point is your pricing.
Yes. Like, I think we are the best product for the cost in the market. Here, we're very well known. Stop Go Love is one of the most reputable brands. We were in Brides Magazine this week, actually. I don't need to, like, we got 1,200 leads with this brand last year. Just on this one site alone, 1,200 people filled out our form.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a podcast about that, actually. How did we do that?
1,200 leads.
How did we get 1,200
on
leads?
your form.
And so our goal was, like, we're raising our prices a lot and we were a little nervous. So we said, let's keep the leads coming in and then downsell them down to here. So that way, if anyone was going to be turned off by price, like, it's too hard to explain to them, like, hey, I can offer you this too. So we didn't want to have that happen when now our packages are starting at like $5,000.
Yeah.
Because this is like a $10,000 package right here.
Yep.
That would have just been not like, that would have hurt us, right? Gotcha. Unnecessarily. So we wanted to generate as many leads as possible. So I think it really comes down to what are your goals, and if your price is a selling point, you should put it on there because for most of until we got over $4,500 average sale, we had our prices.
Yep. Yeah, I've had at one point many years ago, I think I had like my whole pricing outline, and then for a very long time I had my starting price, and I just took it off like 2 days ago. And really the reason for that was not so much about showing my starting price, it was the way it was laid out, and I wanted to get rid of that whole strip on my website, and I couldn't find a way to make it look the way I wanted right now.
Yeah.
And so I just like took it out for now. It wasn't like I don't want to show, but I have gone back and forth, Jay, about I like the idea. Look, as somebody who doesn't have a team, who doesn't have somebody doing my emails or whatever, there's a certain point of like, I don't want to field inquiries if they're a waste of my time. So I do like having some, I'll assume, barrier, right? To say, oh, okay, well, his price is starting.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with Buddy. So Grant just asked a question. We don't do raw anymore. We've moved it over to here. It's right here. So now raw footage is in our Merriman brand. We don't offer it for Stop Go Love because we wanted to add the multi-day package. So we basically just kicked that down the line. And I agree with Buddy. Buddy said they go straight to my pricing, and I would agree. If you have the word pricing, that will be the first thing people click on.
Yeah.
And it's a very smart strategy, and like the fact that everyone else around you is trying to get cute about it, you can use that to your advantage because most people are tired of pretentious wedding creatives. It's quite frankly.
Yeah. Well, and just in general, if I go to any, like literally any, and as somebody who doesn't currently have their pricing on their website or has only ever listed for the most part their starting price, maybe I'm being
there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like,
but like, if I go to any other thing and I click and I can't find a price, I'm off their website. I don't care. For a product, for a service, whatever.
I was looking at a vacuum cleaner the other day it looked cool and they advertised it to me. And literally, I could not find the price, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like I got another one right here. So we're gonna look at this. Is the last one we'll do, and then we'll kind of maybe we'll look at
While you pull that up, I'm gonna comment. So Grant saying maybe I should just do 6 hours raw footage for 2,000, book 50 weddings. So Jay, I don't know how that's worked for you. I will tell you, Grant, in our market specifically, it's just not. I don't think there's a market for that. I think there's a lot of risk. With Jay, you have a team. You have a bunch of people trained who can send out and shoot. You are not taking up your Saturday by booking a raw footage package.
Yeah. We also would sell the edits to 80% of the couples. So that like it ended up being that you actually made more money on those packages. Yeah. But I think
and I think for us, Grant, one of the risks there.
Nobody wants to buy that.
And I have a similar. Yeah, one, it's a really hard sell. People are gonna be like, it shouldn't be $200, whatever. And then when you do sell it, it's not gonna be. If you could sell it 50 times, great, but it's not gonna be that. And so what's ultimately gonna happen is you're gonna sell 6 of them. They're gonna take up 6 of your
why don't we ask in the chat? What do you guys?
$5,000 wedding.
Whatever region you're in, what do you guys think the average price is in your area? So go ahead and post that in chat.
At the average
price that people pay for a wedding filmmaker.
Film.
Yeah. And Michael, you're in Canada, right?
Yes, he is.
This is what I keep explaining to people. Look at all those prices, Bobby. 1,800, 1,500, 2,000. That is average. Like that is an average price. And that's if you're consistently booking a lot more than that, first of all, kudos. You've done a good job. But I really, really know that don't settle. If you're a good filmmaker, you can figure out ways to charge more, but just know. So this person, Victor PM, do you have the thing up?
Dude, Grant, if everybody that's good starts at 2,500, Minneapolis needs a check. 2,500, I think, is a pretty
low
entry level in Minneapolis. Sorry, what'd you ask me, Jay?
Oh, I was just asking, but I'm gonna look it up. So this is Vitaly Mikhanov. I'm not sure where he's out of. He submitted a film, but he also asked us to look at his pricing. So we're gonna look at his pricing. So I'm not gonna really go through the website too much. I will kind of look at some of his work just so we can gauge. So this is a question I always have. We just did a podcast episode, Bobby, which is called "Am I Good?" And it's one of those weird questions.
You guys didn't ask me to be a part of this. Is this because
you're not
I'm
good,
cocky and confident and I know I'm good?
No, because the really episode ended up being how do I know that I'm good?
Yeah.
So I would say let's look at some of their work and see if it's good. All right. Is there audio? There it is. So we're watching this, guys. If you're watching this, to see see how we feel about the pricing based on the film.
Our house, she is the life of the party. She's a stand-up comedian, so she's really a beautiful girl. She's funny even sitting down. Your hand on my hand.
Ugh, I do not like a no scrub bar. Not a fan of the color grade, but it's definitely not that's not good. I wonder if this is shot by multiple people, Bobby.
Wedding songs.
Sorry, you broke up, Bobby. Say it one more time.
So should we do like a Grammys award show, but for the most used music bed songs? Of
I would love.
2022?
I actually, me and Jared were. I'm reaching out to Music Bed this week to ask them what are the top downloaded songs.
And we can user submit. We can get people to vote on them and stuff.
We're gonna make a video like here's the top 10 most used songs by wedding filmmakers in 2022.
So use them or avoid them, your choice.
The color grade's kind of all over the place. There's shots that I would consider to be in between moments that shouldn't be included. We'll look at one more. And here's my opinion. If I'm on your page, I shouldn't have to look like, oh, I have better ones on my Instagram. Like, this is the thing I think a lot of people do, Bobby, on their homepage or on their websites. They're like, they just don't keep them updated.
I wouldn't know anything about that, Jay.
And so, like, you're not giving yourself the best
what you're talking about.
possible shot to, like, now it's one thing if you actually love the stuff, even if it's 2 years old. But sometimes when people are starting out, right, they have like this period in their thing where they do some work and they get a site up and then they do some way better work like the next season and they don't update it. So
I just updated a lot of my stuff. But you know what I run into, Jay? Here's an interesting thing. I'm always really hesitant to like, you know, I do some destination work. I always have. I like it. I want to continue doing some, but I don't want to be a destination wedding filmmaker.
Me
I don't want to shoot 15, 20 weddings outside of my home market every year. I don't even want to shoot 10. I don't even know if I want to shoot 5. I want to shoot a few.
5 would be my max.
Yeah, and so one of the things that I worry about is like what films I'm showing. And Henry Martin's posed this question in the last week, and there was some interesting conversation there. It's like, what dictates what goes on your website, on your homepage, your featured film, whatever? Because like one of my favorite films is from Glacier National Park this past year. I love the film, the couple. Like, man, they just gave me anything I wanted. Like, it was so awesome. But it was my featured film, and just a couple of days ago, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be known, like, especially, I want to book more in Minnesota. And so I want, you know, most of my inquiries come from Minnesota. And I don't want them to see a destination wedding right off the bat, as much as it's by far my favorite film.
Man, I have mixed feelings on that because.
Yeah, I'm really torn.
So I probably would put it personally because it's your best
It's
work.
still on. I think it's my second film. But I have a Minnesota, like a well-known, you know, Minnesota venue or something.
I mean, I think what's important for people to know is you need to be strategic.
Yeah.
About the work that you
I think one
show.
of the other risks for me was that was my top. So I have like a featured film, and then you scroll down and there's a gallery, and you can scroll through like 6 films there or something on my website. And so my featured film was Glacier, and the top film on my stack of 6 was a California wedding. And I was like, shit, there's nothing in Minnesota. That's not really going to work. I don't know. It's so much to think about and process always.
Well, I mean, it's good if you're watching this and you're bored out of your mind. We apologize. We tried something different, you know. But
who said they were bored?
Nobody. But I'm just
them.
I just bring it up because it's like
I know.
Me personally. Like I know we typically do film critiques and we're gonna keep doing those.
You know what, guys? If on the flip side, if you find this interesting, this is a good example of like the podcast, I would say. We dive deep into these, like, it's like no right or wrong. It's like you got to talk through it. You got to figure this stuff out. You got to give it a lot of thought. Podcast is a great place.
So this person asked me to review their pricing and packages.
Okay. And then we went through a bunch of other stuff.
Well, no, and then I click on this, and they literally don't have their pricing and packaging.
Oh. Did they link it some other way?
Yeah, look.
Possibly? Yeah, but I'm saying, did they link
maybe
on our submission? What was the name?
Vitaly Makhnakhnov.
Vitaly. Oh yeah.
Reviews.
No, I see a video linked.
Yeah.
So we can't really review your pricing. If you want to
Did he mention the pricing?
You can do that. He said film or pricing, but
he didn't even give his pricing in there. Okay, so my opinion is this is probably worth average price, $2,000. There you go. If that's what he wants me to say. I look at it. It's fine. I don't like this. This bothers me. Like,
do you want to, since we kind of like, there's not a whole lot else to do on this one. He didn't ask for a website. Do you want to move on? I know. Like,
yeah, we're moving on.
Benjamin Kelly wants a review of pricing. I know we have some other ones.
And so, just to be clear, what's his Benjamin Kelly Films? Benjamin Kelly
what's your website? Or where's your pricing?
Is it something? Productions?
I don't know.
I see. Is this your site, Benjamin Kelly?
Is this you? Are you there?
So definitely need to
reading
fix
through comments right now.
All right. Hi, I'm Benjamin. I'd be honored to help tell your love story. Now offering photo. Really don't like this. This is just not feel very high end, Bobby.
I'm not on. I haven't made it there yet. I'll be there in a second. I'm reading through chat. You keep going with your thoughts, and then I'll follow up.
I always say, like, get in front of them with the actual deliverable. This looks like a camp counselor, Benjamin. So I would say, maybe not this.
You know what I need, Jay? Headshot.
You do need a headshot.
Need a new one.
Honestly, everyone should get probably a new headshot every year. So, if only we knew people who used cameras.
Too hard.
Hopefully
Grant, thanks for the kind words. I am completely redoing the website, however.
Katie and Philip, Lauren and Jake. All right, so this is the films. So he asked, did he say pricing or website? Did Benjamin?
Buddy, if you didn't submit, then we can't review yours, unfortunately. That is how that works.
So,
or maybe you meant to say I did review, or I did submit. Benjamin Kelly sent a PDF for pricing. He says.
I know what I do. We not getting our form submissions.
That would appear to be the case. Wait, maybe I can check. Hold on, I'm gonna check on email.
Maybe what's weird is like the spreadsheet still worked for 6 a.m.
I'm not getting a lot of them. Yeah, it's weird.
So
they're not loading into our spreadsheet, guys. If you're able to, you could probably post the link in the chat and then just put a space somewhere in it. And we can
one came in at 2:20 and contact at Wedding Film School. Let's see. There it is. So we had one. Brandon Reynolds. That's the only one we got.
Yeah. Or try submitting again. Sorry. I don't know. Technology.
This will be good. So we reviewed his film earlier. So we'll check this one out because I think I like to All right. So okay. So let's check out Benjamin Kelly asked us to look at the website. So I think the homepage is really weak. Really weak.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go there. Benjamin Kelly.
Feels like it's in Zoom too, I believe.
Oh. Zoom.
Yes. It looks like I was saying, it looks like he's a camp counselor, like taking a headshot for working at a camp. And
I see the intention behind that photo, which is that if your branding is very like outdoorsy, woodsy, whatever, I don't know if that's your branding.
But it's the very first thing you see on the website.
But yeah, and it's not because of you, but I don't think it's a great quality.
So
photo.
Benjamin has a lot of things to overcome here. First of all, he's called Benjamin Kelly Productions, not weddings, not wedding films, not even films.
I struggle with that, man. I want to just totally rebrand sometimes.
So you see this here and you're like, okay, how do I communicate weddings? Right away, like, or whatever I'm trying to sell. I don't really, it says now offering photo, which is like a,
we're gonna dunk on this quick. Now offering photos is confusing. Where's a film? I don't see one. And also the first actual text that we can read is my website is undergoing major branding overhaul, which I don't think is a a correctly structured sentence, maybe.
Well, it also
first
just
off.
like
But also,
literally
like,
just
they
don't
don't have it.
Don't
Either
have it.
Finish it. Yeah, finish your website.
Here, watch this.
Finish your website.
I'll fix this for you.
It's gonna be too many people using it.
Oh, this thing never works. They're like, it's destroying the world. I'm like, it literally never works. Like
only 200 people can use it at a time.
Like,
Yeah. So while you do that, Jay, I'm gonna say my thoughts. So I would swap out the photo. It's a good photo of you. It's just not like a good photo. Like the background is blown out. The lake's kind of blown out. It's fuzzy. The colors in the background. I would take like I'm a visual. I want to see the visuals. I don't want to have to click to see the visuals. And then also, yeah, that text box about like my website's undergoing construction, like that should be up for a couple days max. Like if you aren't ready to go live, don't go live, because I think that's going to turn off a lot of people.
yeah, I mean, it like websites being finished, like that's the expectation, right?
Yeah.
Is like this is done. Like this is a finished website. You know, and I think that's what the expectation is that it's finished. It doesn't look finished. So that's one.
Yeah.
Since we're
Alex, we didn't get your submission. We're not getting submissions.
Well, I just got another one. So I'm just
we just got one.
I think
maybe keep submitting, guys. I don't know.
No, well, you got to go to the website. You can't just type it in chat, guys. You gotta,
go to the website.
You got to go to the website link.
Here, I'll link it again for you. Oops, I just hit my mic.
So films. So this page is nice. All these films look good. Here's my big beef with these films, Bobby. They look like the same wedding.
Oh, they really do. Which is like in a way kind of a good thing. Like your
colors. I mean, it looks nice to me. Like I look at this. This my like OCD kind of like he's satisfied by this very clean presentation. But I will say you might want to mix it up a little bit with a little bit of a different thumbnail, something not people in a field or greens. But it looks good. Doesn't really tell anything. Photo, not good. Like no one's gonna see a page like this and ever give you $2,000.
Yeah, too blank.
Well, it doesn't even have a portfolio. It looks. This is what you guys need to realize about your website.
Here's my guess is that it's under construction.
Well, then don't release it.
Then turn it off. Yeah,
like
private for now.
Like don't release. You only got one shot.
Oh, wait. Benjamin Kelly saying, "Don't look at my website, just my pricing."
Where is your pricing?
Yeah, we don't have it. He said, "Excuse me, I'm dying." He said that he submitted a PDF, I think, but the it didn't come through on our form. Can you, Benjamin? Can you?
No.
Either try submitting again or
do contact@weddingfilm.school. Just email directly to us. I apologize.
Email to us.
so I will look at this and say, whatever your pricing is, I'm probably going to say it's not. Whatever.
Well, here's a good point, Benjamin. Is like, okay, you don't want us to review your website, and I get that, but pricing alone, it's not a standalone thing.
Well, you have to get through this website to get to the pricing. My question is, would a person ever push through the website to get to this pricing?
In the meantime, we could do Nate's real quick. What did he want? Website and pricing.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to do that? He just submitted. We did get yours, Nate. It did show up, so I don't know why some are showing up.
I think some people just are not actually submitting it.
Brandon, we did not get yours.
I think they're not getting the message.
Buddy, we did not get yours as of like a minute ago at least. I don't know.
So Love T Video Pro. Love T Video Pro.
Oh, buddy, we did just get yours in.
Yeah, we got buddies. Okay, is this the right one?
Love. His is Love T VideoPro.com. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So we are wedding filmmakers. So keep in mind, we're primarily focused on, will this help you sell weddings? Now, I will say this is clearly more than weddings. Now, I think the branding on this is weak.
Yeah.
Very weak. I don't know what the message you're trying
I'd
to
redo your logo.
Like even if you're trying to say like we serve the LGBT community or whatever, like I'm not
I don't
sure
think that's the intention with that.
like whatever the message is, I think it's just too much going on. And even
you know
like
what this looks like to me, Jay, is the like
cable
website
access.
for like the website for like a product where like something pops up in the corner and it's like Michael from Kansas City just purchased one of these, only 7 left or something like that. It looks like very sterile.
it looks to me like kind of a cable access channel. Like
and it's a lot to look at. It's like in a down way, I would say. Like it's a lot of information. It's a very like you're like, oh my god, there's like text over here.
It doesn't highlight the work. Like
also,
he has
ours
text.
Looks different. Am I on a different page?
I didn't go to weddings. No.
Go to lovetvvideo.pro.com/weddings.
No, I purposely didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
Because
I'm on weddings, and
that is not the proper way to review it. Because when you look at this,
they have to go there first.
How am I going to get to the weddings, right?
Yeah.
So you start here, and the question is, will I? Like on this homepage, he literally has.
It's really, really, really tiny. You see that right under the logo?
Yeah, I found it. I'm just ignoring it for now. Because I want to criticize all the crappy text behind the text.
Brandon, a few weeks ago, probably pushed down. We don't see it anymore.
Our media solutions, check out our media. So I think just simplifying this and getting clean video behind your overly complicated area would help you.
Yeah, I think simplify.
Clean it up. Never have words on top of words.
Yeah.
Like 500 to 2100. First of all, it's like that's not a good ad. Having a price range of this price or 4 times the price, you don't want that. So now we're weddings. So philosophy on weddings. There's a lot of other wedding videos out there. However, a lot of them lack what we focus on: the story. What's the point of having a gorgeous day if it doesn't have much meaning behind it? We believe the storytelling style of video helps make the videos get more memorable and enjoyable in the long term. Knowing it's your story, we make our best effort not to interfere with your special day. I think I get what you're trying to say there, and I think that's a good message, but I would clean it up a little bit. Maybe get a copywriter, get a little more elegant. I like that it says
ChatGPT.
Honestly, guys, if you can't write paragraphs, go to ChatGPT and say, write me 200-word paragraph on X. It's
crazy.
I've done it a bunch. Not on my home pages yet.
I've played around with that stuff. I don't think I've used anything. I played around with the other one, Midjourney, and I had it design me a like high-end luxury wedding filmmaker website. It's pretty cool.
I had it.
Were creepy looking, but other than that,
Bobby, I had it. I was on ChatGPT and I said, make a viral video script. And it
what did it do?
It made like a Mr. Beast video. It was like, we're going to give $500 to everyone.
I released 200 million tarantulas into this person's house. And if he can live there for one day, he'll get $1 million.
Okay, so essentials package. This is what I really don't like about this. It said on the homepage, $500 to $2,000.
Nate, this is who's that we're reviewing right now, Jay. He's saying that the first reel on my main page is from 3 years ago. That is fair game for us to tear apart because you should update that then.
Yes. I'm trying to show you what a person is going to do on your page. I just did what a customer would do.
Yep.
Like they were like, well, I saw your video, and like I'm sure someone's even said it to you, but regardless, like I think your packaging it's a little weird that you start at the middle. I know that it's a middle pricing first, but I typically think like
I go top to bottom.
Yeah, it's a little weird to go out of order. Let's see. So, is it clear what he's selling? Right, 90-second teaser, 4 to 15-minute highlight video. I would again,
I think the biggest word that I would say across the board, simplify.
Or but also, like, how could you offer a 4 to?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even for that, like, you got to hone in on stuff. Everything's too like, oh, it's all of this, it's all these offerings, it's 4 minutes, it's 15 minutes, it's all these, and it's like, dude, 4 to 6 minutes. no text up here. Here's what you get. Here's what you get. Here's what you get. Like, you got to be the professional and you got to make the decision.
Here's the thing with wedding filmmaking. If you don't understand how the pricing works, edited films are the products people want to buy. Like all the other stuff people want to sell, like you should sell like a 4-minute film, 10-minute film, 15, whatever you want to sell. Yeah. Those are all 3 different prices. Those are the core products, right?
And you don't have to differentiate that way. If you're like, you know what I really love making? 8-minute films. All your packages can be an 8-minute film. And you can differentiate by how many
I'm trying to
hours
understand non-stylized ceremony reception versus, is this supposed to be stylized? Like, I don't really see the difference. This has a time capsule. What is that?
I don't know. 200 up to 240 minutes. Is that what that says?
Feature video.
Look, I will say some of this, right, is you educate in a initial call, right? But it's too confusing on this end, I would say.
I literally don't think a single person would know what any of this stuff is.
Agreed.
Like I don't know what this stuff is, and I've been making.
And also, it's not even industry standard. Like a time capsule, that's not a thing I've ever heard of. So you're calling, which is fine. You can call it whatever you want. Yeah, you're calling something by another name, and then it's too just don't even put the length. Like without knowing what it is, because I don't know what it is.
What is the difference between any of those?
Exactly, and that's what a discovery call is for, I think.
Yeah. I honestly look at this and go, the pricing seems fine to me. I would say the pricing seems bad for you. Like you're doing most of the work that you would be doing for $2,000 on every package.
Yep.
Right. So like a person could get a 2 to 10 minute film or a 4 to 5 minute film. Why would they ever?
4 to 15. Yeah.
And it's only $150 more.
Yeah. The separation of pricing doesn't make sense.
Well, they call
the
it
way the packages are laid out doesn't make sense.
The package progression is what I would say.
Yeah,
like
package progression.
the ladder from like this is why this cost more is very, very, very hard to see. Like I don't think like film, like you can include an additional film, but I don't think it should be like this broad. You got to nail it down, like down to like, you know,
hone in a little bit more on packages, restructure the pricing a little bit. Like if you want to start at $1,850, that's fine. If you want your top end to be $2,850, that's fine. If you want to incentivize going to that middle package, the essentials package with your pricing, that's fine. But $150, I don't think that's
it's
worth it. And then I would just clean up, like you're overwhelming. I would assume as a bride, you're overwhelming your potential couples with information.
All right, we got Benjamin Kelly's pricing PDF. You see that?
Heyo.
You see that thing?
Oh, I don't, but
I sent it to you in Slack.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we use Slack, guys. We're cool.
We're a well-oiled machine.
We try to be.
We are sometimes a well-oiled machine.
All right, here we go. Pricing.
I'll be there in a sec.
This is nice looking. I'll tell you that. Did you buy this from How to Film Weddings?
If you did, it sucks, and we hate it.
Yeah, we hate it. And it's terrible because it's theirs. No, I like this. It looks nice.
You know what I don't like?
No. How could I know that?
You can't.
I'm not psychic. I mean,
I don't like that it's vertical
orientation. I don't mind it, but whatever. Like,
I don't like it because it doesn't all fit on one. Like, I have to scroll to see a whole page. I can't see a whole page at one time. You know what I do like though?
Colors. The colors are great.
Is there texture on this white?
Yeah, looks like
I like that a lot. I might steal that. And 2, I really like the text on the very first page. The text that's going vertically up the left and right side, like the kind of text that's framing it. I think that looks very, very nice.
All right, so let's look at this. So we got highest package first, the destination. Multiple days of coverage, 7 to 10 minute film. And then he's got the feature, 6 to 7 minute film. He's the core deliverable, 2 cinematographers with a teaser. The doc is 2 cinematographers.
Wait. Is this the same guy who was on the camp counselor?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
This photo's way better, dude.
That's what I'm saying. You should put more effort into your website than your PDF.
Yeah. Also, your third. Sorry, I know I'm like 45 seconds behind you, Jay. I feel like, but your third page that's just a photo. One, I don't know. It seems like filler.
Don't do
Two, it's out of focus.
Yeah, just don't include that. But also, whatever, it's a PDF. People are just going to skip all that crap and go right to this page right here. That's the whole point of it.
I'm there. I made it.
So the doc, 5 to 6 minute film, core deliverable, 2 cinematographers. They all have 10 hours of coverage except for the destination, which is multiple days.
Multiple days is broad for me.
Yeah, I would say it's okay. It probably is not going to hurt you too much.
Yeah, that's like with the destination, you're going to dive into.
I would just say clarify that in your contract, but don't make them think it's 2 10-hour days of coverage. But other than that, I mean, the package progression I like. I think there's a clear reason why all the packages would be different prices, right?
Yep.
More coverage.
And I think you're pushing to the doc package.
Like the feature package is that longer film. I wonder if you could just include the same 5 to 6 minute film, and probably not. Let's see. You have a ceremony edit. I don't think this is just me, Benjamin. I would make it the same film. 5 to 6 minutes.
5 to 6. I would as well.
And because you're including a ceremony and a teaser.
And I think it's going to be a better film. I think you
might
find yourself hitting the 6 to 7 minute mark or hitting the 5 to 6 minute mark, what you're used to, and then stretching out.
You don't need to add value in the film because you're giving so much value by the additional deliverables.
Yep.
Agreed. So I think the 3 to 5 minute film, I would probably do a even shorter film, like a 2 to 4 minute film, so there wasn't any. I would never want any overlap from that cheap package.
3 to 5, 5 to 6 is technically the same. Granted, you're getting a second filmmaker, so
yeah, but
and you're not getting a personalized gift, James.
I wouldn't want somebody to be able to say this to me. Okay, I want the short, but can you make sure it's the 5 minute one?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want them to be able to do that.
Yep.
So but I think it makes sense. I think the pricing structure makes sense. I'm curious if what people are buying the most of. And
most popular pick, the doc. It says it right there.
Oh, popular pick. Oh yeah, I couldn't read it. Anyway, it looks nice. Like it. And here's their add-ons, which I like.
Oh wait, I didn't go.
Additional hours. Good. Social media teaser, undervalued. I would say make that more expensive so that it adds the value. So here's what you got to do with your pricing, right? $200. Do you have ceremony edits? Okay, that's $700 of value, right? Someone's going to do $3,200 and then they're going to add $700 and say, why do I want this? And you're going to have to say, oh, because I made a longer film. I don't think you should do that. I think that if someone does the math, they should save money by buying the feature. Mm-hmm. So your pricing should be like, your teaser should be like $400. Your ceremony should be like, maybe the ceremony being $500 is fine, by the way. Maybe that's a fair value. Your teaser's just undervalued.
All things have to play off of each other.
Yeah, like the person is gonna take this and say, like, I would probably do $500 for my teaser and $500 for my ceremony, so that the person would go to the doc, do $500 plus $500, see $4,200, and then say, I could save $200 by getting the feature. Like, and like maybe you don't want to do that, maybe you do. What you don't want them to do is be able to save money by just buying a la carte items. A la carte items are supposed to make you money, not cost you money. So, and maybe it's just your definition of a teaser is different, because like I look at this and go like, what's the difference between a FOMO edit and a teaser? I don't know. But, I just think I'm noticing that some of your a la carte items are kind of messing with your packages values. Mm-hmm. So you should look at that. I mean, I don't think any of the pricing is bad though, right?
Yeah, no. It's like very slight tweaks you need to make, I think.
It looks great. I mean, I like the way it's all presented, and to me, like, I don't know why so much effort is put into this though and not your website.
Because this was purchased in a template and very easy.
I would say your website would be not significantly harder to do. And also,
I agree, but I think it feels more.
I'm about to launch a website design company for wedding filmmakers. So give me a call and we will help you out. So
Heyo.
That's my.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. So,
Buddy G, what is ChatGPT? It is AI. You can ask it questions and have it write stuff.
Okay, we're gonna rip through these last two, and then we're gonna go. So we got.
All right.
We got Buddy.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's what I'm giving you of my time. I'm out of water. I'm thirsty. I'm tired.
I'm feeling a little sinus infection.
Jay is sick.
So that's how I feel these days. Oh no. Bum ba da bum bum ba da bum. All right. Where's my
Hey, Grant's asking if you do mentorships outside of the time allotted on the sign up site, because work during that time.
Yeah, just email contact and say, hey, I'd like to do one.
contact@weddingfilm.school.
We're working on that system a little bit. It's tough because I'd have to update it every single week, which I'm happy to do.
That's annoying.
But it's hard to remember because I'm not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Don't allow. Buddy G Designs. Did I do that wrong?
Wait, what was it? It is buddygdesigns.com. Buddy G Designs. Plural designs.
Ah. So I'm already not a fan of the URL. So
he doesn't like it.
Well, I mean, it's not what you do. You're a filmmaker. You're a wedding filmmaker.
It's true.
And
it's true.
I also don't think of a luxury centric, even if you're not high, don't consider yourself luxury, the wedding industry, wedding filmmaking, this is what everyone needs to understand. By definition, wedding filmmaking is a luxury based on how few people buy it. So anyone who's looking to buy it, we got to be able to communicate that it is. And I look at it and I'm like, it doesn't feel high end when I look at the design.
Do we have, sorry, real quick, Jay, do we have Alex Jackson's submission?
Did he just do the last one? Yes, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
So,
so we're gonna do him last.
Yeah.
All right. So the films look great. I know Buddy's a good filmmaker. And so many of you guys are great filmmakers. You just gotta level up this branding game, level up this design game. My opinion is this photo is not the most flattering photo.
Yeah, it looks very
it looks
not unnatural, but staged or whatever.
Kind of
well, it's do you hold your camera like this when you film weddings?
Yeah, I think something
I got my weddings in slightly not vertical but close to vertical orientation.
I think something that puts you in a little more of a relatable environment would help you.
Yeah.
Is this something people are being told to do, right? The importance of wedding video?
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like having to argue for myself. If you're on my website, you're interested in a wedding video already.
I don't sing for my supper. Anybody. That's what it's like. If
Heard
you
it here first.
Well,
I do have water.
Have a little swagger. I think that's important.
Know your value. I think that's important. I've literally had people book me because I said, they're like, oh, so-and-so is offering this and blah, blah, and I'm just like, nah, I don't do that. Sorry.
I don't do anything.
Luck. And they're like, oh, I really like that you respect yourself and your business. I'm going to book you. And I'm like, cool.
So it says films. Naples is a beautiful place, by the way. So you should be able to have. So the fact that your menu is stacking like this is a big no-no for me. Which means you have a center gutter kind of thing going on.
Oh, and you have one tab or one button that's under on a second line.
It's way too many. Home films, experience, pricing, testimonials, about. I just think some of that facts, you don't need all that stuff. Get rid of.
You can combine a lot of that too.
Facts
in the experience.
Yeah, I think just cleaning up your navigation is gonna.
Also, what is vendors?
Well, that's what I'm immediately drawn to that.
People you work with.
Get rid of this. This page is dead to me.
Yeah.
I would say.
Also, get an actual email. In my opinion.
Oh, where's that?
Your last name at hotmail.com.
Do not put your email on your website, guys. Don't do it. I'm telling you, like, have a form. Do not give people an email address. Like, it's a huge mistake. Like, first of all, it kills your lead generation, and it makes it so much harder to track.
Yep, where people are
the
finding
performance
you,
of your website,
getting the stuff that you want.
Well, even
also,
like
you'll get what is it? Not scrubbed. Scraped.
You're gonna scrape. Your bots will scrape your site, and they will find your email, and they will start spamming you. So, never should you ever have an email address on your website. It should only be a form. I know it's mildly inconvenient, but there's a lot of good reasons from a data collection standpoint, and also from not getting spammed. So. Buddy G Designs Experience. This seems like a PDF that you inserted. What is up with these PDFs, bro? Like this, this is an email thing. Get this off your site. I think it's nice, by the way, but like, just, yeah. Pricing. Let's check out the pricing. Highlight the feature. Elopements. Okay.
I do not like. Wait, what? Oh, weird. When I scroll, it's giving me some weird thing. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
A cinematic film that shows your day with audio included. 2 filmmakers, multiple camera angles, drone footage, 8 to 12 minute film. All right. 2 filmmakers, multiple camera angles, 8 to 12 minute film. So wait. Okay.
This gets a doc edit. The second one.
All right. And then the last one, 1 filmmaker.
Oh, that's okay. So this is going the same way. It's the middle package first. So I will say, here's my gut reactions. One, I think we've seen your work out, and I think this is very low priced for what you're doing. I also think the separation isn't big enough. We kind of ran into this with the other one.
Seems low priced. Seems low priced to me. I do not include your delivery in your packages. Get that off of there. That should be negotiated
within 10 to 12 weeks.
And that is not a selling.
Yeah,
point.
That's in my. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's in my contract. I'll answer the question. Obviously, you know, it's something we usually go over, but it's not like on my website.
So is Buddy in chat?
Yes.
So I'd say, Buddy, like, do you want us to tell you if we think the website? You know what I'll say, Buddy? You need to get someone to help you with your branding.
I think that would be a good move as well.
Because your films are better than your branding by a lot. Like your branding, like it's clear this is not your strong suit, and this is gonna hurt you. Like you want your films to shine. You want the fact that you can shoot and you can edit and you know what you're doing. That should be at the forefront. And like it's an artificial barrier, really, is like the fact that like you shouldn't be expected. This is what I want to say to filmmakers. You're not a web designer. You're not a branding person. That's fine that you're not. Some of us are better than others at this thing, and like definitely it helps.
I'm not.
I'm pretty good at it, but it's like
you have a background in it.
I do. I have a background in it, and I'm also like savage enough, like where I am able to say to myself, like I don't care. Like this is who my audience is. I'm gonna warp my brand to whatever my audience is. Like that's hard for a lot of us. It's not necessarily something that everyone can do. Is put yourself in the mind of a 28-year-old bride.
Yep.
Right. So if you're like that, I just don't know how to do that. That's fine and normal. I would say like your pricing, because your work is better than this pricing.
Better than the pricing, and it's better than the website layout and the branding and whatnot that goes into it.
Yeah. I think like this would be like tough to overcome because it just really doesn't drive home the value of what you're bringing to the table. And that's my opinion. Hopefully that you hear that as a compliment, because that's what I'm intending it to be. Is I really want you to know I think you're good, and I think you deserve a better website. So,
all right, last one, Alex.
All right, this one's UK. So happy pears. I've been eating so many pears lately. I never used to eat pears. You know, my wife is like she's having a baby right now. What an awesome shot, by the way, right there. And all she wants to do is eat pears. So we're eating a lot of pears.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. But you know what the thing about pears, Grant, is they really take forever. Like forever to ripen.
They're hard forever.
Like 6 days. I just don't have the patience for pears. but they are good. Great shot. Love this shot. Logo is lost. Don't love that. I think you might want to do a little something there. Give it maybe a little glow, something to make it pop. I also think the font on your logo is better. Like, I don't like the script. The script is meh. The logo underneath with the 2 pairs is dope. It looks awesome. Make it gold. Make it 2 different colors. Give it some branding pop so it actually stands out. And I would consider maybe using the wedding videography font to inform your top font from a branding standpoint. Right here is you sitting there. Hi, I'm Happy Pears. And I was based in Italy, which is cool. It's great over there. Dream wedding includes stunning vistas, blah, blah, blah. So let me know, Alex, are you targeting English couples looking for a destination wedding in Italy? Is that what you're doing? Interesting there. Featured films. Obviously, we'll just kind of see. I always like to see how the film displays. Seen this film before, I believe. I'm crying.
I think that's seen. I think we reviewed that film.
Yeah, that was a solid film. I think he said that's what he was trying to do. His target.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think through how I would do this a little bit because
you know what I would do? Use a different image for the
it's underexposed
freeze frame on that video.
Which one? This one?
The first one. No.
Yeah, that's a bad image. But it's also like, oh, it's like what is that like?
Oh, it's mysterious and grainy and vintage.
Yeah, I my opinion is like I like to see as many pictures of brides on my homepage as possible.
That's what they're gonna relate with most.
Like that, every other person who's selling this stuff, that's how they're selling it. And I would encourage you. Like I know it's like us dudes, right? We're all like, look at a sick drone shot, and
yeah.
So I think the homepage it's missing something, but I'm trying to think through how I would do it because it's like I really don't like this whatever module you have playing these videos. Like the fact that I clicked and loaded more, Bobby, I don't like that. Yeah. I much would have rather seen 3 films next to each other, or like something about like the Italian countryside, like Tuscany, or like something like more branding language.
You know what I think is my holdup is so we get this beautiful image, and then we get down to authentic, elegant, timeless, and I like that. And then from that point, all the way down until the very bottom, it is one long white.
Yeah, maybe break it up a little. Break up the sections a little bit.
I think you have to guide people, and part of that guidance is structure of your website, and part of that structure is breaking things up with more than just a...
I'm in general, too, opposed for hard-to-read header fonts.
Yep, agreed.
Like, so I would say maybe tweak that a little bit. This is not a great image to me either.
Agreed.
That guy, like, what is that?
I think you have a lot better imagery too, so it's like, put your best foot forward.
I guess my I would say this is not a successful homepage if what you're trying to say is, come to Italy and get married.
Yeah.
I think there's a better homepage to be had, and I think you should really think through like the logic of the homepage and help you get there. I don't know what to do. You can hire me and I'll design your website, but portfolio looks good. Like this portfolio. The end. I like that it has prices at the bottom. Wish you had a title there, but okay.
I have a question, Alex. What is the like thought behind? Look, I will. Here's my, and not in like a mean way. I don't think it comes off that mean, but like this reddish pinkish salmon color. Why is that your like complementary color?
It's weird. It just appears at the bottom.
It doesn't scream high end to me. It's what your font is in some of it, and then your bottom. And I would change that. I think that would be a really easy change that would help your branding in some way. Like
I'm not a big fan of locations. That doesn't really make any sense to me. Like,
well, I think he's like dual market Venice and Tuscany, and I don't know how close those are. Or
yeah, that's a little. That is a little tough. But. Like,
I think you can show that represented in your films.
That's kind of probably what I would probably try to do.
Yeah.
Pricing and facts. I don't get rid of facts. Just do pricing.
You can have. What do you think about having your FAQs in there?
No.
Just not having as a title.
I would say this
I'm
should
trying to
be
think
on
if
your...
I have FAQs somewhere. I feel like I have like 3.
I'm fine with FAQs when they're like about something, and maybe I don't care. Maybe.
Where's the pricing? Oh wait.
This is not a good page. This is a bad.
This is really confusing.
It's just,
I think you want to lay this stuff out visually, and instead you did it in paragraph form. I think that's the.
I prefer to offer bespoke price. It's like blah blah blah. I don't want to like bullets. Put your stuff
bullet points,
in bullets.
Boxes, visuals.
You like this is the like a lot of us filmmakers show a ridiculous lack of empathy for people or understanding of how people want to interact with the world and our websites. And I think like that does communicate values to a couple. Like this person might be clueless, right? You don't want that. You want that person to think like, what a considerate person, what a thoughtful person, right? And it's not more thoughtful to make them read reams of paragraphs to get to the content that they're trying to get to. It's less thoughtful. And when I look at this, it says like, what is the booking process? Has anyone ever asked that question?
My booking process. Send me money, sign my contract.
It's just not a question people are asking. What are your rates? I prefer to offer bespoke pricing. It's important that you get unique. However, I know it's important to visualize the services too. So our guide is generally per hour.
I also don't. Yeah, I would not do it that way. Like you should structure. These are what I want to make. These are the films I want to make.
Especially because it seems like you're trying to get a person to fly to Tuscany and work with you.
Yeah. Also, the other thing is you click on this thing that says pricing and facts, and then you go over a couple, like a question or two, and then you get to pricing, and that's confusing to me. I would just be like, first and foremost, pricing, if you want to have that,
or packages.
Or packages or whatever.
Like, or whatever. Like, I'm very unsatisfied by this. And I think, like, just giving a person, like, this is what I offer. Do you want it? Like, I have no idea what you offer based on this website. Like, if I was a couple, I wouldn't know, do I want to hire you or someone else at all? Sure, you know, except based on, like, the 6 films that you have or whatever, which is matters, but it's not the only way people shop.
Yeah.
Contact me. It's not really working. Does it work for you?
Contact.
There it is. Page just kind of broke.
Takes me to a page.
Great. I mean, a little too much writing, but it's fine. I don't mind this. Blog. Man, more. Why is videography important?
I'm past it.
I just always think, like, guys, like, just, it is important. Just act like you expect them to buy it. Like, that's so important to sales.
There's no question. It's just like, yeah, of course.
Like, don't act, nothing on your site should scream, I'm thirsty. Like, everything on your site should be like, you are privileged to work with me. Like, if you don't, like, there's a reason why people say, like, put timers on their websites, right? Like, even though it's, like, garbage, and I don't like that, but, like, I don't think you should tell people, like, please work with me. Please. I know you don't think you should. I know you don't know it's valuable. But, like, that shouldn't be your number one lead. You should just always be leading with, this is what I do. This is the type of people I work with, lifestyle, pushing the branding, pushing the, like, elegance and the beauty. And, like, your product is a beautiful wedding film. That is the core product. So just make that front and center. I would say this has a little bit of work to do, Bobby.
Yep.
I do like their logo, though. And I like this image. And I like the work. I mean, I've always said, the reason why we want to start this firm is because I really think so many wedding filmmakers are really held back by their websites.
Yeah.
And would make a lot more money if they were able to just focus on filmmaking. So we'll release that, and hopefully it's something people love. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. I know we did something a little.
To the end.
Yeah, Alex said, but I am thirsty. Yeah, I know. I get it, dude. Like, you got to, that's part of the whole thing. So, and I like the work. So keep you hitting it where it counts.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We will be back next week.
A normal
same
film
time,
critique.
Same place. Back to film. So you can start submitting now. So we did get to a lot of people. I know we didn't get to everybody. I also know we were having issues with our submission form loading into our Excel that we keep up here to pull from. So apologies. We'll try to get it sorted out. But go ahead and start submitting now for next week. Your films, if you've submitted in the past 1, 2, 3 weeks and we haven't reviewed it, submit again, because those things just get buried. We get a lot of submissions every week. Check out our other stuff on YouTube. We're working on some cool new stuff, another BTS film, but we've got plenty of product gear reviews, BTS, stuff like that. Leave a like on your way out.
Please leave
we
a like.
Appreciate it.
And also, if you haven't checked out the podcast, go check out the podcast.
Yes.
And leave a review. It really helps us if you can leave a 5-star review for the podcast if you enjoy it. If you haven't done it, even if you just say good podcast. But it really helps a lot.
Yes, good podcast.
See you guys. Have a great day.
See ya.